Hello everyone, Rogue Leader here, back with another video, and today we are going to be talking about the new Superman movie. I personally loved it. I know there's been a lot of love towards that film. It is a great film. It's a fantastic start to the movie side of this new DCU. I love James Gunn. He's one of my favorite directors, and I think it's great. So today we're going to be talking about what could have been some Lego sets. We are going to be going over 4 Lego set ideas for the new Superman movie, all ranging in price range, but I'm very excited to show you what I think should have come out with this movie, and hopefully we can maybe get later down the line. So without further ado, let's just get into the sets. And yeah, I will be posting a little bit more Superman content, so if you like Superman, I got at least 2 more videos coming out shortly, hopefully. So yeah, let's get into it with our first one. So our first set is going to be the attack at the Fortress of Solitude. Now, the minifigures I'm including and the kind of build, it's not directly from the Superman movie, but I just thought it would be a nice, cool set to get. So this would include, in terms of minifigures, Superman, Crypto the dog, Ultraman, and Superman Robot. Superman Robot 4 in particular. And then what I think would be really cool is if the Superman robot had a stud on the torso, kind of like maybe the Battle Droid torso flipped around. That way you could replace the Superman number with different numbers so you could have all the robots that we see throughout the movie. I think that would be a really cool and neat idea, and you could just use those quarter circle pieces that they use for the Superman different numbers. That would be super fun and awesome. I think this would be about $30, and in terms of the build, should definitely include the main computer setup, the chair he sits in when he's kind of regenerating from the sun, and then of course the hologram from Laura and Jor-El, and maybe also like a small version of the giant door. Obviously, it'd be way too unrealistic to get the entire like full size, correctly sized door, but I think maybe a small representation of that might be cool. So that is what I thought. And of course, this scene doesn't actually happen. Ultraman does attack the Fortress of Solitude, but Superman isn't there. Spoilers alert, by the way, I guess. Alright, for our second set, this set can actually go one of 2 ways in my head, and I think there's 2 different options for how it could be handled. This would be, of course, Superman LexCorp Prison Escape, excuse me, Luthor Corp Prison Escape. Of course, that's the name of the company, not LexCorp in the movie. So this would be based on the scene where he's escaping from prison in the Pocket Dimension universe, and it would include the little prison cell. And if this is like the smaller version I have in mind, the $30 version, I think it would include the prison cell that they're in, and then of course the kind of, it's I guess kind of a pixelated river of, I think they call it maybe neurons or something, but it's like these just pixels of color, and they're kind of flying through it. And I don't know exactly what that river is called or whatever, but the point is that would be the set mostly, and maybe you could have some other bits of scenery, and I think that would be about $30 and include Metamorpho's child, a Raptor Trooper, which of course we see quite a few of in the movie, and then Superman. And I think it would be really cool if the Superman had a unique face to have him give him that like kind of weak effect from when Metamorpho's like using kryptonite on him. So that would be pretty cool. And then the other option is $60, and instead of the prison and the river, you get the prison, but then instead of the river, you get the portals that connect to the, I guess, real universe. So, and the way I would do it is I think there's a Lego Minecraft set of a Nether portal where on there's the Nether portal, and then on one side you have the overworld and the other side you have the Nether. I think it would be really cool to do that, where you have one portal, and on one side you have like the military base-ish type thing, and then on the other side you have the Pocket universe, and you could have a little play feature to move a character all the way through, like a little knob or something. But that would be really cool. And if it was that $60 version, I'd do 2 Raptor Troopers instead of just one, and then also throw in Lex Luthor. So that would be my idea. I personally would go with the bigger one, of course, because yeah, I'd give you more, and I think it's just way better of a set idea. But yeah, the third set idea is the T-ship attack. So this would be the T-ship that Mr. Terrific and later Lois Lane drives throughout the later portions of the movie. And it's a really cool ship, really unique. So the minifigures I think would be Mr. Terrific, Lois Lane, the Engineer, and Hawkgirl. So no Superman, but honestly, Superman really doesn't interact with the T ship all that much. So I think that's fine. I think about $55 for this set would be good. And excuse me. In terms of other bits and bobs, the T ship should probably be able to hold at least 3 minifigures, and it should also include Mr. Terrific's like T spheres that he's thrown all over the place. I think they could definitely use the piece from Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume One, the orb piece. I think would be work really well, and maybe even try and give it some printing, and then also give various gadgets to the engineer. I'm definitely thinking like those like saw hands, maybe the laser gun she creates at some point, or the jetpack I think she creates. So yeah, definitely got some options there for the engineer. So yeah, and of course yeah, no Superman, but I think honestly it's fine. We've gotten sets based off a character with like Batman vs Superman. It's a Superman sequel, I guess technically, and there's a set without Superman. And there's Lego Batman movie sets without Batman. So I think it's not necessary to have every single set include Superman, and that can get kind of redundant. So yeah, just breaking it up. And our last set idea that I have to give you guys is a pretty common one. I think one everyone wants, but that is a $100 to $130 playset of the Daily Planet. I'm thinking similar to Oscorp that we're getting later. I think in about a month or so we're getting that, or less than a month, a couple weeks, but we're getting that set. So definitely somewhere similar to that in terms of like price range and maybe even size. But I think the Daily Planet, the minifigures, we got Superman, Clark Kent, Lois Lane, Perry White, Jimmy Olsen, Lex Luthor, Ultraman, and Guy Gardner. Now, I know it sounds like a lot of minifigures and that can be unrealistic, but if we think about it, the Statue of Liberty battle set from Spider-Man No Way Home and the Avengers Age of Ultron vs. Hydra set, they both had like 9 minifigures. So this one having, was it 5, 6, 7, 8 minifigures is pretty realistic, especially when you think like the Superman, the Lois Lane, the Lex Luthor, the Ultraman would all come in other sets, and then Perry White and Jimmy Olsen, like a lot of their part usage could come from other places, like reused parts. So definitely would drop the price or the cost of those new prints by a lot. Of course, you'd need new prints for Guy Gardner, but that's all good. And then for in terms of layout, I'm thinking the first floor should be like a reception area. The second floor would be like a main bullpen where we see a lot of the scenes from inside the Daily Planet happening, and then the top being Perry White's office. I think this would just be really fun and cool, and all around amazing. I'm thinking like the very first Daily Bugle that was like I don't know how much, but it came with Doctor Doom and Spider-Man and Nova. That's like that kind of idea, but just obviously more fitting the price range of about $130, and then of course have the big sphere on top. That it could either be brick built or you could have a piece there, like a circular piece. I don't know what you would do, but definitely have that. And then also, I gotta have some like of those clear pieces that you can have heroes and I guess also Ultraman flying around doing various things all around the tower. And then also, I think Green Lantern should come with some Green Lantern constructs just because that would be real fun. But yeah, those are my ideas. So we got the Fortress of Solitude attack, the Superman Luthor Corps prison escape, the T-ship attack, and the Daily Planet. All four great set ideas, I think, and I would be happy if we got any of these. I think, of course, the Daily Planet is my most wanted set, but I want all these sets because they are super cool, interesting. The movie was great and had a lot of potential for sets. It's not like, for example, the Batman, where we got those 3 sets from the Batman, and I can't really think of anything else that we could have gotten. So, yeah, I definitely like that. It has the opportunity to give us sets, and in the future, I hope we do get sets. I don't know why Lego didn't make any sets. It's kind of dumb to me. I mean, the Batman got 3 regular play sets and 2 Technic sets, I think. And I mean, like, it's just it's silly to me, honestly, that like we're not getting any Superman sets, but we got a Dark Knight set this year. We got the the Batman the Animated Series sets last year, the Tim Burton ones beforehand. Like, it's just, I get that we love Batman and like all these films and stuff, but like also we got to show some love to Superman and other heroes. Like, it is, I think, besides this Superman minifigure that just came out at the beginning of the year, last Superman was like 5 years ago in 2020. So it's kind of a lot. But anyways, that's my ideas and that my quick little rant about how Lego DC needs to A, do more sets, and B, do something other than Batman for once. But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Tell me if you guys have any ideas or various things you'd like to see come to life in the form of Legos from the movie. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.